may be our last meeting across this dispatch box, because the Secretary of State is once again on manoeuvres. So considering he's gunning for a promotion, let's review his record, shall we? He promised in the election that he would cut everybody's energy bills by £300. And what's he delivered? Energy bills up by £200 thanks to his plans. He said he would protect pensioners, but weeks into office, he axed the winter fuel payment, a policy that many of them have cited as their worst political decision in power. He promised that Great British Energy would lead to, and I quote, a mind-blowing reduction in bills. And yet 2 years in, it hasn't taken a penny off household bills, but it has given a six-figure salary to one of his mates. And now we learn that Great British Energy has been putting solar panels made by Chinese slave labour on British primary schools, something he promised this House he would not do. So what's next? Oh, that's right. He said he could control the price of wind. But his botched wind auction signed us up to the highest prices in a decade, way more than the cost of electricity that he inherited. Promise after broken promise. Bills up, pensioners betrayed, six-figure salaries for his mates, and eye-watering contracts for wind developers. And now, to top it all off, a so-called energy independence bill, which would shut down the North Sea. The greatest act of industrial self-harm in a generation. If that's what gets you a promotion in the Labour Party, then Lord help us all.
And Madam Deputy Speaker, one commentator put it incredibly well, I think, in 2023 after Russia invaded Ukraine, and I quote, "Moving to home-based clean power mitigates risks to bill payers," and I quote again, "protects consumers from volatility in international fossil fuel markets." I agree with that commentator. It was the Right Honourable Lady, the Shadow Energy Secretary, Hansard, the 16th of November, 2023. I agree with her, Madam Deputy Speaker. The problem is she no longer agrees with herself. Where the evidence says we need more renewables, not less, she opposes them. Where the evidence says electrify as much as we can, she says abandon support for people to get heat pumps. Where the evidence says electric vehicles can protect consumers, she opposes action for their take-up. Not because the facts have changed, not because the evidence has changed, but because she's jumped on the anti-clean energy, anti-net zero bandwagon. Now, Madam Speaker, I'm very happy to give way to her so she can tell the House whether she agrees with herself.
Very happily ask the Secretary of State the question. Well, no, there you go. You said he'd happily give way. Doesn't look so happy now. In the department, I started work on the true costing of renewables because the department does not have an accurate cost of energy. It does not have an accurate costing of Clean Power 2030. Why has he not published one?
It wasn't worth giving away, Madam Deputy Speaker, after all. She can't answer the question. What a sorry state of affairs. She cannot even agree with herself. And there was a gaping contradiction. There was a gaping contradiction at the heart of her speech just now. Because for all the verbiage, or everything she said, she has no answer to the crisis before us. Because even she can't seriously believe what she is putting forward.